Good morning. It's Thursday. Hope you like my dog's butt because it's right in the camera. Got embarrassed, I guess. It's Thursday. We're doing full body weighted workout, which means as soon as this dog's behind leaves my space, I'm gonna put my shoes on. Now you're welcome to work barefoot. For whatever reason, I enjoy shoes for this format. Hi, Ari, hi, are you home from work? How are you? So I'm gonna put my shoes on, but other than that, I'm gonna use a pair of 5-pound dumbbells, which you're welcome to use. You can use something a little lighter, something a little heavier, or just two things that weigh the same amount that you can hold on to, or nothing. You don't need to use any resistance, but I did design it for resistance, so but you'll still get a good workout without it. So the mat is here. If you want to put your hands on it, we'll go to plank, or your knees on it, or both. Just have it around. It's great to see you too. Where's Steve and Guy, I wonder? Other than that, you don't need anything except for a towel or two. I like to have two because the first one gets pretty sweaty, and then I put the other one down for ab work. So a couple of towels. Having trouble getting my foot in there. And then a beverage of your choice. You know, I like to keep water over there in a fancy wine glass out of my way or out of the dog's way. But you can have whatever you like, wherever you like. If you're watching this not live and after the fact on my YouTube fitness channel, which I suspect a lot of people are for this particular workout, thank you for subscribing to that channel, liking the video, telling a friend. If you're looking to find this, you can find the link in my Instagram bio. It'll take you right there. I also keep all these classes in my IGTV, so everything's there for the taking. You can find it wherever you like, so no excuses, always working out. If you have an injury that you're working with, make sure that you modify your range of motion or go with lighter or no dumbbells at all. It's totally up to you. But if you've seen a doctor for an injury, make sure that you get cleared to do this kind of thing so that you don't aggravate your injury. So when I say this kind of thing, we're gonna do a rhythmic warm-up, followed by, we'll learn 6 exercises. One resistance cardio. When we get to 6, we'll go back and repeat them. Since we already know them, we don't have to break them down. Then we'll learn 6 more, then we'll repeat 6, then we'll go to the floor for core and abs, and then the after party today will be a deep stretch because we're gonna cover every single muscle group we have here. So the after party, in case you're new to this, is after the class, I post it, sign off, and then I come back in 5 minutes. I don't post the after party, but it is live, so there you are. So having said, oh, thank you to everybody who's been able to throw a donation in my Venmo or my PayPal or my snail mail. I do appreciate it. It's keeping this madness going. And if you're looking for that information, it's always on my Saturday social media post. So, having said all that, I'm gonna have a stand. I hope you will too. I'm grabbing a sip of my water in a fancy wine glass with a straw. Hey, Guy. So live, it's gonna be me, Ari, and Guy. What? So have your dumbbells or your resistance that we're using out of your way. Make sure you have space. All you need is enough room to step forward, side, and back from wherever you start. So step touch, right and left. Just easy step touch. Let me find music. In 4, 3, plant your feet and find a squat here. Sink your hips. Push down to the middle of your feet to come up. So sink, push down to come up. Twice more. And then step touch, right and left. Just an easy step touch. Little warm up. 4, 3, plant your feet and find your squat here. So your feet slightly wider than your hips. Tailbone going back to where the wall meets the floor behind you. Crown of your head to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. One more. Step touch, right, left. Out and in. Final 4. 1, 2, and plant your feet. Find a squat here. Try not to lock your knees. Make sure you can wiggle your toes in your shoes. Sink, push down. On the last squat, hold here, hands on your legs. So careful that your shoulders don't climb into your ears. Tuck your hips and extend, lengthen your spine. So tuck your hips and round your back, release. Do it again. Twice more. Tuck your high Steve and tuck your hips. Round all the way up this time. Both arms, inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, forward fold. Either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Make sure you can wiggle your toes in your shoes. Try to straighten your left leg and bend your right knee. Sitting into your left hip. Change sides, straighten your right leg and bend your left. Sitting into your right hip. Then bend both knees. Let your head hang, your tailbone lifts up. Unroll at the top. Left arm up, right arm down. So you make a diagonal, open the chest. Together, other way. Right arm up, left arm down. Single counts here. So you open together. Open. Just getting a little extension in the front of your chest. 2 more. You'll keep the arms. Step back with your left leg and then your right. As you step back, you can sink your hips, bend both knees, your back heel stays up off the floor. Again, feel like I'm to the side of my frame. Do it again for 4, 3, last 2, then step out wide, lunge left and right. Roll your shoulders back, one at a time. I have a weird runny nose today. And a little bit, I don't know if it's allergies, I hope it is. Elbows up. Maybe your whole arm goes up. Do it again, up and around. Feel the shoulder area open up. 3, back to just the elbows lifting up. Final 4, 1, 2, feet together, circle your left ankle out. It's important as we jump around today, you want to make sure that all the ligaments and tendons that go and wrap around the bottom of your foot and through your ankle are warm. 3, 2, change sides, circle around, push the foot and ankle around in circles. 3, 2, grab your dumbbells. We'll continue to warm up as we break down the first exercise. Grabbing a sip. Took a Benadryl last night, a little thirsty. All right, grab your dumbbells, shoulders down and back, feet under your hips, hips under your shoulders. Find your squat here. Do it again. Just 4, push down through the middle of your feet. 2 more, and at the top, just bicep curl here. Bicep, knees are straight but not locked. 2 more, keep this pattern, but hammer curl, thumbs face each other. Easy enough. We'll do traditional bicep curl twice, then you'll hammer twice. Thumbs face each other. Do that again, bicep traditional for 2, and then hammer for 2, and then just a squat right here. Keep that in your head. It's gonna be a different bicep pattern than we're used to. Right, our left leg steps out, squat, and then left. Or, I'm sorry, right. This is your left, this is your right. Yep, there we are. So squat, push down, sink, push down. Easy enough. 1 more. Left leg steps to me once, and then your right. So as you step forward, your back heel lifts up off the floor. You can sink your hips, make it a lunge, or not. Now go twice on your left. 1 more on the left, then twice on your right. We'll do that again, twice on your left. Do it again. Twice on your right, and then just squats right here. So we'll learn the feet. You sort of know the pieces, but what's the pattern? 1 squat left here. Hold, pulse, come up. Twice to me on your left. Do it again. Right leg steps out, squat, hold. right here. Come up towards me twice. Do it again. Left leg squat, hold, pulse. 3, 2, 1. Towards me twice. Do it again. Right side, out, pulse. 3, 2, 1. Towards me twice. And then just squats right here. Now, how in the world do those arms fit those legs? Dumbbells end to end right here. Twice more. You'll step out left, find your squat, hold. Here's your bicep curl. Come in, now hammer twice on this part. Up towards me, and step out left, dumbbells together, curl, come up, hammer twice, left leg towards me, on your right side, sink, bicep, hammer twice. This is your move. Step out, dumbbells, hold, curl. Now towards me, hammer twice. Let's do it on the right, and sink together, curl, towards me twice, hammer. One more time each way to your left. Sink, curl, come up, hammer twice. Now right side, last time in this round. Towards me, hammer twice. And set your dumbbells down. Keep that in your head. That was number 1. We took a little bit of time to build that. Step touch to your left, to your right. Easy enough. It's syncopated, so not the same rhythm that we did in the warm-up. Here it is. It's 3, 2, hold here. Again. 3, 2, hold here, and 3, 2, your hold, touch in. You point your foot back, touch back in. 3, 2, 1, touch in. Now you can take this same rhythm, make this a knee lift, knee, touch, knee. 3, 2, 1, touch, lift. 3, 2, 1. You have it, I hope. 2, 3. So remember, it can be step, 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 touch, step, or knee lift. It's up to you. We'll do it a couple more times. And 3, 2, 1. Touch last time. 3, 2, and squat. So that's number 2. First one is the bicep craziness. Second one, 3 knees with a touch knee lift. Sure, 2 more. Then grab your dumbbells. Grab a stick if you need it. All right, feet parallel. Grab your recovery squats. We'll learn the feet. They're easy. Then the arms. Left leg steps out once. Then right. Then out on your left. Now that step will become a hip sink with your toes slightly turned to the corners, your knees tracking the same direction as your toes, but your knees staying over your ankles. Sounds like a lot of instruction, it's not really. Hips stand to your shoulders, you're not leaning forward at all. One more, parallel squats right here. All right, keep that in your head. Dumbbells at your shoulders with your thumbs facing me. Sink, diagonal press. Diagonal press to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you, so you're not going straight up overhead. You forgot I was live today, Edie. No arms, just squats. Jump in, this is just our third exercise of the first 6. All right. We have that part of the arm work at the top, shoulders, and then press your dumbbells up, wiggle your knees, bend your elbows, 2 count slowly, extend, single count. So bend, extend. I know, I'm still getting used to this Tuesday, Thursday stuff. This is all this part is. Easy enough. 2 more. You'll bring the arms down, squats here. All right. We'll put those 2 arm moves together. You ready? Dumbbells at the shoulders with your thumbs facing me. And then shoulder, chest, press once, hold here, turn for triceps. Do it again. Sink, press, triceps. See if you can wiggle your toes in your shoes. Once more, we'll have the footwork. Left leg, sumo squat. So sink, triceps. Try to keep your chest up right there. Triceps. Do it again. This is number 3 of 6. Sink, press. Do it again and sink, press. Triceps again, sink, press. Do it again, sink, push down. Last one. And slowly bring your arms down. All right, that was number 3. Oh, I'm sorry, keep one dumbbell. One dumbbell. Left leg steps behind you, together, right leg. So you kind of turn to the corner and almost the side. Bend your knees. Hold your single dumbbell with both hands. Dumbbell right at your belly button. Sink, press. So this could be your interval, or you can take it faster here. So sink, sink. Now maybe the dumbbell stays where it is. Maybe it goes hip to hip. That's one option. Maybe it makes a little horseshoe up and over on your hip to hip. Or maybe it goes out in front of you and you resist the weight of it by engaging your core, which is all of your stomach and all of your back. You decide. Maybe it's hip to hip. Maybe it stays in the middle. Maybe it makes a horseshoe. Or maybe it goes out in front. 4. Let's do 8 more counts. You decide. I'm going to do 4 here and 4 out. 4, 3, 2. Parallel squat. That is number 4 of 6. Grab your other dumbbell. All right. Shoulders down and back. Parallel squats. I feel like I'm finally warm. My runny nose is at bay a little bit. 2 more. Let's change this to a hip hinge deadlift here. So deadlift here and up. Do it again. Deadlift here. So your knees are slightly bent, but they don't bend more to move. You move at the hip joint. All right. As that happens, shift your weight to your right foot. No weight on your left. As you hinge, option to take your left leg back behind you. Keep this in your head. Parallel squats right here. It's a single-sided exercise. When we repeat the 6, we'll do the other way. This time, squat and hold. Round your elbows. Wiggle your toes. Elbows lift up and around the position. And down. Single count. Once you have it, you don't need to look towards me. You can let your eyes fall to the floor. Not literally fall. You can let your gaze fall to the floor. 2 more like this. Come up, squats here. So we'll put the deadlift and the back fly together. Sure. Here we go, deadlift right here. Hinge, 1, 2, and up. Shift to your right foot. No weight on your left. Left leg goes back behind you. 1, 2, 1 more slowly. On the next one, we'll hold the hip hinge. 1 count over, back fly here. Come up. Again, this is your move. Maybe you lift your leg on the back fly as well. Sink up. Hip hinge, lean at the hip. Maybe you lift, maybe your leg comes up right when you hinge and you have a balance challenge. So you decide. Do it again. This is number 5 of 6. So sink, lift, up, round your elbows, feel your shoulder blades pinch together, hinge, lift, up. Do it again, hinge, lift. Feel free to do whichever variation works for you. Again, we'll go twice more on this side. So hinge, lift, lower. 1 more time. Hinge, lift, parallel squat. Right side of your booty should be worked over. We'll do the other side as we pass through again. Set your dumbbells down, out of your way. We know this one. It's hard. Feet slightly wider than your hips, but I have lots of options for you. We'll walk through them so you decide. Both arms come up, inhale, reach up, bend your knees, hands to the floor, step back to any plank. If your knees are down, you'll practice bringing them up. Once they're up, you can crouch to plank. Crouch to plank. One more, hold any plank. If your knees are down, try bringing them up. Just practice that. Once you're up, you can step out slowly and in, step out wide, or faster than that. So out, in, or jumping jack for 4, 3, hold any plank, tailbone lifts up, step up, unroll, palms together, squat here. Those are all the pieces. You don't have to do all of them, but you should try at least some of them. When you step back to plank, if you need your knees down, try to put a mat or a towel down for your knees if you're working on wood. So if you go to a knee down plank, you'll practice coming up and just holding in a full plank until you can hold it long enough to step or crouch back. Both arms come up, inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, hands down, step back. If you're already in a plank, crouch back. Do it again, step or jumping jack. 4, 3, hold any plank. Step up with both feet, tailbone lifts, unroll. So I'm stepping slightly wider than the hips, palms together. Squat here. All right, so the next pass, we'll try to increase the tempo a little bit. We'll go right to a plank. If your knees are already up, you'll crouch. You'll do stepping out and in or jumping jacks. We'll come up and we'll go right through at least 3 of them, maybe 4. Here we go. Both arms come up, inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, find your plank, crouch. Crouch again. Step or jumping jacks for 4, 3, 2. Step up, wider than your hips. Unroll, squat once. Both arms come up. Bend your knees. Find your plank, crouch if you're ready. Crouch again. Step or jumping jack. 4, 3, 2. Step up wider than your hips. Unroll, 1 squat. Do it again. Both arms up. Find your plank, crouch if you're ready. Do it again. Step or jumping jacks. Hold your plank. Step up. 1 more time. Both arms up. Bend your knees. Find your plank, crouch if you're ready. Crouch again. Step or jumping jacks. Step in, wider than your hips. Up. Squats right there. That was number 6. Grab a sip of whatever you brought to drink and or towel off. I'm gonna towel. Oh, grab the giant towel. Usually reserve this for ab work. All right, we'll go from the top. We'll do a review very, very quickly of 1 and 2 for Edie. Because Edie, I syncopated our tricep, or our bicep thing today. All right. Grab your dumbbells when you're ready. Squats here. Let's just review the footwork. Left side goes out and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Towards me, twice on your left. Do it again. Outside on your right, hold, pulse, 3, 2, together. Twice on your right to me. Back heel up, just a squat. So that's the footwork. Dumbbells together. They start up, step out left, hold, bicep curl right here. Together, hammer curl as you step towards me again. Right side, palms up, biceps here. Together, hammer, forward lunge. Do it again. On your left, dumbbells up and bicep curl. Hammer twice. And then on your right side, do it again. Hold, bicep, hammer twice. And then on your left, hold, bicep, Hammer twice towards me on your right side and sink, hold. Bicep anytime, 80. And one more each side. Left side, step out, hold, curl. Come in, hammer twice. And then out on your right, last time. Sink, bicep, hammer twice. And then set your dumbbells down. That was number 1. Remember to hold this one. Hold and 3, 2, hold, tap back. 3, 2, 1, tap back. Or this can be knee lift. Remember, knee lift. 3, 2, 1, tap, lift. 3, 2, 1, tap, lift. Pick your poison. Choose your level. It can be knee lifts or taps. Tap, tap, back in. 3, 2, 1, tap, knee lift. Make sure you're breathing all the way in and out. 3, 2, 1, back, front. 3, 2, 4 more times. This is 4. This is 3. Twice more. 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3, 2. Squats here. Recover. See if you can talk. Make sure that you can, but that you don't feel like it. If you're unable to talk at all, bring your intensity down by minimizing your range of motion. Guess that's sign language for minimizing. If you're wearing a gadget, you can check your heart rate on that. All right, grab your dumbbells. Parallel squats. Okay, so let's do the arm work. First, thumbs towards me, shoulder press on the diagonal, hold here, turn them, triceps, do it again. Shoulder press, tricep, turn your dumbbells twice more. Sink, press, once more. Grab the feet, sumo squat, plie to your left here. Sink, hold here, triceps. Other way, thumbs towards me. That press goes to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Then you rotate your dumbbells to find your tricep extension here and hips under your shoulders. Do it again. Sink, press. Yep, same thing. Sink, press. Breathe in and out. Think of at least one thing that's way worse than what you're doing. Push down. I went to high school back to school night, which is much less fun than this. We'll go one more time. Each side. Sink, press. The last time your shoulders should be getting tired. And then bring your arms down, squats here. Woo! Set one dumbbell down, out of your way. Remember this? Single dumbbell, both hands on it. Step out left, behind you, together, behind, slightly faster. Sink, sink. Maybe your dumbbell stays where it is. Maybe it goes hip to hip. It can still go hip to hip, but maybe it makes a horseshoe up and over past your face. One more option to go out in front. Really engage your core so that your dumbbell doesn't fly past the middle of your body. On the turn, you can mix it up. You can go in, 2, 3, then horseshoe for 4, 3, then long arm for 8, 7. Whoo, engage your core. 4, 3, let's do another round. Hip to hip, hip to hip, horseshoe for 4, 3, long arm, engage your core. 8, 7, never passes your belly button. 4, 3, parallel squat. Whew. All right. Grab your other dumbbell. That was number 4. Oh, I'm out of breath. Check my gadget. And yes, it's true. My heart rate is elevated. I'll turn a little bit to the side so you can see it. Hold your squat. Remember, it's a back fly. Let's try it. Back fly. 2 more. Go put it together. Come up, squats here. All right. 2 more like this, and we'll add our hip hinge. Ready, hip hinge deadlift. At the hip for 2, and up. So remember, you move the hip, your knees are slightly bent, but they don't move. Shift your weight to your left foot. No weight on your right, so that you can step back in a split stance. Yep. Dumbbells in front of you. 1 more nice and slowly, just the hip hinge. This time, hinge over and hold, fly. Come up, do it again. Hinge, fly. Option to lift your leg up on the back fly. As long as you're not swinging, still a lift, not a frantic swing. Sink, lift. So you're not flying it up there, you're not going, woo! Control it. So it's a lift and a lower, not a swing and drop. Hinge, lift and fly. Do it again. Oh, I'm sweating a lot. Do it again. I'm guessing you are too. Do it again. Remember, your foot can stay down until you lift, or it can lift as you hinge, or it can stay down the whole time. Up to you. Do it again. 2 more to finish the set. Any level works. Once more. Woo. And come up, parallel squats. Left booty should be baked. All right, set both dumbbells down. Recovery squats. Yesterday in a meeting, let me get a towel, in the platform that is not my own, we were discussing what acceptable words for your butt are. And of course, well, first of all, it's more lenient than the place I teach up on a hill, but still, booty's not allowed. And I was laughing because I always say that. So of course I couldn't help it. I said, what about bootay? And of course, that's also not allowed. Feet slightly wider than your hips. And people weren't as amused as I hoped. All right, here's our plank crouch jack. Both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, find your plank. Maybe crouch. Crouch again. Step or jump right here. 4, 3, 2. Step wider than your hips. Come up, 1 squat. Both arms come up. Remember to come up, you push down. Find your plank, crouch or not. Crouch again. Step or jump here. 4, 3, 2. Step wider than your hips. Push down to come up. Do it again, arms up. Bend your knees, find your plank. Crouch if you're ready. Do it again. Step or jump. Wrists under shoulders. Step wider than your hips. Squat once. One last time. Arms up. Bend your knees. Find your plank. Maybe crouch. Crouch again. Step or jump here. Wrists under shoulders. Step or jump to Y. Push down. Squats here. That was 6. Woo. See if you can talk. Check your heart rate. Yes, it is French sauce. Okay. Grab a sip of whatever you brought to drink. I will too. Then we'll learn our next 6. I took kind of a long time to do that round. So it won't go as long, or it won't take as long to teach it. Or maybe I will, and the class will just be right up to the hour. We'll see. Hi, Milo Lavelle. I always have to say your whole name because of the dog that we have over here, a lot also named M-I-L-O, which I can't just say that because then my dog gets all excited. Grab your dumbbells. All right, make sure you didn't crowd your space. 2 more. Next one, hold, palms towards me, arms up. Open to the side, close them up, bring them down. Yep, that's your pattern. Up, open, but the key is palms up. So palms up, hips under shoulders, belly button pulling in towards your spine. Once more. And then squats here, just squats. Left leg steps back twice. Just tap back, tap. Again, other way. Remember we did this forward in the last round? That step back can become a rear lunge. Maybe you balance in between. Balance, change sides. Should we have the arms? Palms up, open up, together. Other way, that's your move. Try not to swing your arms past your body. So your arms go no further than the side. You should always be able to see them in your peripheral vision. Palms up, palms up. One more each way. Sink, open. Once more. Parallel squats, that's number one. Set your dumbbells down, out of your way. Feet wide, toes to the corners. Everybody knows this one. At least everybody who's taken class with me. But I've never put it in this format. Ready? Cross your forearms. You push down to the middle of your feet. You should always be able to wiggle your toes, arms out to a V. Right there, cross your arms up and out. Now when they cross, bring them up over your head. Up tempo here. Cross, V. This is the only part of this interval we'll do. Except the levels, you can lift your heels as your arms cross. If you're lifting your heels, feel free to get some air as you push down. Arms cross. You can mix them up. You can do one flat, one heel lift, and two jumps. Up to you. Do it again. I'm gonna go flat, heel lift, two jumps. We're doing way more than we normally do. Feet flat for one, heel lift once, two jumps. One more, and parallel squat. That was number 3. See if you can talk. If you can't, bring your range of motion down a little. Check your gadget if you're wearing one. Grab your dumbbells. Whew. Left leg steps out twice. Feet parallel, do it again. Over to your right. Do it again, on your left. Just step together, out. Other way. Now make that step a wide squat. Bring it in and out. Other way. So it's the same kind of rhythm that we just did in the rear lunge, but now it's to the side. Do it again. Maybe knee lift. Try it with a knee lift. Sink, push down and balance. Once more. And then parallel squats. Just a squat. Let's learn the arms. Left arm will work first. Knuckles towards me. Your whole arm lifts up once. Comes down, holds there. Other side. Sink, long arm lift. Left arm. Now remember, it's not swinging all the way straight up. It stops just at the diagonal line to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. From your shoulder, let's add the legs, left side. Sink, lift, balance, other way. Sink, lift, go again, and sink, lift. It's a push down, lift up. Do it again. This is number 4, I believe. Might be number 3. Yes, it's number 3. So the other one we did was not number 4, it was number 2. I can't count with my heart rate this high. This is number 3 of 6. Sink. Let's do one more right here. And just a squat here. That was number 3. Woo! Set your dumbbells down way out of your way. Parallel squat. Make sure you have room, unobstructed, front and back. Left leg steps back one time, together. Other way. Maybe you sink your hips, push down to come up. So this is the same move that we did with the shoulder press on the side. It's a sumo squat, slight turnout, knees pointing the same direction as your toes. Your hips stand to your shoulders, you don't lean forward. Maybe you reach up behind you here. Do it again. Sink, push down, 2 more. Then parallel squat. That's the first part. Now the next part you already know. Left leg steps forward 1 time, then together. Then right leg. Back heel comes up off the floor. Sink your hips. You choose your range of motion. Cross, uncross. Do it again. Now left leg steps back. Sink and reach. 1 more. Then towards me on your left. Yep, that's your pattern. Step back left. Sink, maybe reach. Other side, towards me, uncross. Step back on your left. This is the real number 4. Towards me, cross again. Let's do it 1 more each way. Sink. Towards me. That's number 4. Recovery squat here. Just watching the clock. 2 more squats. Then grab your dumbbells for number 5. All right. Recovery squats. Easy enough here. Dumbbells facing the corners. And then thumbs up right here. Thumbs up. So we've done palms towards me. Palms all the way up. Now this is a hybrid right in between. Thumbs up, 2 more. Keep this in your head. No arms, just the squat. That's part of it. 2 more here. Left leg slow motion, diagonally back. Sink your hips. 1, 2. Other way here. 1, 2. Single count and sink. Sink again. Can your thumbs go up here? I bet they can. And so this is the first part. But this will be single-sided. Now just the left side. Do it again. 2 more. Now hold here, single leg squat for 2. There's no weight on your left foot. No weight at all. Single counts here. So single leg squat. No weight, maybe you can pick your toe up. 4 more from here. 4, push down. 3, you can have your toe down. 2, parallel squats. Okay, so what's the real move? 1 diagonal back, 1 single leg squat. Just the feet, left leg goes back. Single squat here. Single leg, diagonal, single leg squat. Now diagonal back, thumbs up. No arms here. That's your move. Diagonal back, thumbs up, single leg squat. Make sure you can wiggle your toes in your right foot, and there's no weight on your left right here. Do it again. Remember, you can put your toe up and balance if you like. We'll go twice more. Sink, up, squat once more, sink, squat, woo, parallel squat, recover. All right, right side should be baked. That was number 5 of 6. Set your dumbbells down. It's an old favorite. Not hard at all. I mean, not hard mentally, but hard physically. We'll start with our syncopated step touch right here. Step touch, step touch. 4, 3. This time you'll hold here. Heel lift and step touch, heel lift. Step touch, heel lift. Then your arms reach up. Step touch, heel lift. Maybe your heel lift becomes a jump. This one's deceiving. That push and jump. Pajama producer hates this one because for some reason it makes sweat fly all over onto my monitor. Over, up. You don't have to jump. You can go heel lift only. Up to you. 4 more. 4. Up. 3. And step touch. No syncopation. All right. That was 6. My heart rate is super high. How's yours? Feet parallel squat. So I've gone long. We are still going to repeat. We'll go straight through. We all know them, I hope. Grab some water. I'm glad I make you laugh, Edie. Making you laugh has been part of the issue with me being successful in gyms. Because for some reason, enough people don't want to laugh during their workout that they complain. What? Who are those people? Grab your dumbbells. We'll go through, I'm gonna towel off for a second because I am pouring sweat. Not that that's really gonna help, but temporarily. All right, remember what number one is? Double back lunge, palms up, open, remember that? Let's go right into it. Left leg steps back twice, palms up. Open, tap or knee lift. Other way, sink, up. Do it again, shoulder height only, open to the side, but not too far. Keep your arms in your peripheral vision. Do it again, sink, up. Do it again, sink, up. Same thing, and sink, up. Palms up. That is the tricky part of this. That's the challenge. Once more each way. Sink, up. Do it again. And then parallel squats. Set your dumbbells down. All right. Feet wide, toes to the corners. Remember this? My heart rate is not low. Here we go. Whoops. Let's start with our arms out. And then cross, up, and then up tempo right here. You can heel lift or jump, up to you. Heel lift or jump. I'm going one flat, one heel lift, two jumps. You choose your pattern. One flat feet, one heel lift if you want, two jumps if you want. Do it again, feet flat for one maybe, heel lift, two jumps. Let's do it again. Flat, heel lift, two jumps, and parallel squats. That was number two. Check and see if you can talk. Check your gadget. Mine is holding, almost at maximum. Grab your dumbbells. Keep your recovery squat. Remember this one? Double wide side squat. Maybe with a balance or a tap and a long arm. Let's start left, right here, and sink. Lift, balance or not. Other way, sink, lift or tap. Do it again. Remember to push down, to come up. Use the floor to leg press your own weight up from the floor. It's not a throwaway move. Would you put your whole body weight on a leg press machine? You might, but you don't have to because you're doing it here with one leg. One more each side. One more. And parallel squat. That was number three, for real. Set your dumbbells down, out of your way. Make sure you have room, front and back. Two more to recover. Step back left, reach up one time. Again, towards me, uncross. Again, step back left, sink, up, towards me, uncross, step back left, sink your hips, towards me, sink your hips, feel the stretch on the quads and then the contraction. Do it again, and sink. Towards me, we'll go one more time, step back once, and then the other side, towards me. Alrighty, recovery squat. Grab some water if you need it, or whatever you brought to drink. Grab your dumbbells. What's next? Squats here. Remember what it is? Diagonal back with a single leg squat. 4 more recovery squats, and we'll break it down. Not really a breakdown, just legs first, then we'll add the arms. Right leg goes diagonally back here. Single leg squat, no weight on your right leg. Remember this? Sink, single leg squat. Thumbs up, sink, Now maybe you go up from the tap and balance and squat and sink up. Do it again. Clearly I can't balance today. Sink press, single leg squat with as little weight as possible on your right leg. Sink, tap, or balance. Do it again. Sink, tap, or balance. Sink, tap, or balance. One more. And then parallel squat. One thing left. Dumbbells down. Recovery squats. Remember what it is? It's a step touch with a pretend jump shot. Ready? To your left. Step touch. Step touch. Heel lift or jump. Reach or not. Hup. Do it again. Reach. I may be going out on my frame. Hup. Over. Make it count. This is our last cardio push. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, step touch. No syncopation. Woo. Chest stays up. Feet planted. Squat here. See if you can talk. Check your gadget. Oh, definitely up. Right at my maximum. Let's step touch. Left and right again. Nice and easy. 4, 3, plant your feet and squat. Woo! Last set. Step touch. Nice and easy. Plant your feet and squat. Both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, hands on your legs. Tuck your hips, round your back. Release. Let your heart rate fall. Tuck your hips, round. Release. This time, come all the way up. Stay on your feet, walk around a little bit. Grab a sip of water. Don't lay down. Don't sit down. Stay on your feet. Let your heart rate settle. That is one of the really good measures of your fitness level. Is how fast you can recover. It's sort of what we go way back in time, what our bodies were designed to do. Remember that from social studies class? Fight or flight, you should be able to flee and then recover quickly. That's how you know you're healthy. All right, I'm gonna turn my mat. Let's keep one dumbbell close by. You don't have to turn sideways, it's up to you. But if you'd like, remember that when I cue front and back, that the front leg and arm are the leg and arm closest to your screen. I'm sweating a lot. All right, so when you feel like your heart rate is settled enough, you can sit down but keep your head higher than your heart. You want blood going around, not pooling. Turns out I paid attention to physiology. All right, have a seat. You haven't already. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Grab your dumbbell by end to end, okay? So you have a grip on your dumbbell. You'll curl back for 2, you know this part, up to straight. So find your curl, extend your spine here, curl. Now check it out, dumbbell at your chest, circle around your head, back to the center. Do it the other way. Around. Now as you curl, come around your head and up. Do it again. Around your head. I'm going to change that. That's not what I meant to do. No arms. All right. At the top, hold. Circle around towards me. As you come down, here's where I want you to curl. Take the dumbbell to your front hip. Now as you come up, you'll curl around and then curl down back and the dumbbell comes to your back hip. Let's try that together, shall we? And around, 2, 3, curl to your hip. Yes, this makes more sense. Curl, do it again. Up and around, curl, back. Up and around, curl, back. Up and One more each direction. Up and around, curl, back last time. Up and around, just come up, set your dumbbell down. Our tempo's slowing down, more ab work here. Just tuck your hips, fingertips help you roll down. When you're all the way down, knees into your chest, and rock your knees side to side. If you want to take the extension of the top leg in the rotation, feel free to do that. One more, then hold in the center. Untuck your hips so your belly button's level to your pelvic bone. 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Fingertips behind your ears. Let your elbows fall back. Extend your back leg out to the wall in front of you. Squeeze under your back armpit. Lift your back shoulder blade off the floor. Let your back elbow fall away. Then change sides. 3, 2, you're there on 1. Slowly change. 3, now 2 counts to get there. It's slow. 1, 2. So feel your shoulder blade peel off the floor by squeezing underneath your armpit to lift. Squeeze, up, release, peel up. 1 more in 2 counts. Then singles, watch your incoming leg. It stops at 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Up, 2, 3, let's double pulse at the top. 2, let's see what your elbow's doing at the top. Singles for 8 to finish the set. 8, 7, check your incoming leg. 4, and release, knees into your chest. Woo! I'll add a little ab work in the what am I trying to say? In the after party. All right, feet on the floor, hands at the side of your hips. You can either grab the sides of your towel or your mat. Tuck your hips, push down through your feet to lift your hips up off the floor to a bridge pose here. So you want a diagonal line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. Maybe you pull out the sides of your mat. Maybe you lace your fingers underneath your hips or your bootay. Tuck your shoulder blades closer together if you're lacing your fingers. See if you can wiggle your toes in your shoes. Breathe in and out right here. If your fingers are laced, unlace. Bring your hips down. Bring your knees into the chest and roll up. You know what? I'll do the extra abs right here. What? Why wouldn't we? All right. So you round your back, pick your back leg up, grab underneath, front leg comes up. Hold here. Yep. I rarely do this in the main class. Maybe your arms come out to the side. Hold here, and then extend your legs, come down. You can hover here, or you can put 1 foot on the floor. That will be your back leg. Lift your front leg up, hold, reach past your hips. You can hold here, then change sides slowly, change 4, 3, 2, change them again, squeeze under your armpits, reach your fingers past your hips, 2 counts to get there, 1, 2, single counts. Change, 2, 3, hold here, back arm goes across the front leg. Give a little pulse by squeezing underneath your back armpit. That's the one that's up. 4 more right here. 3, 2, hold. Both legs up. Come back to the center, roll up. Front leg lowers. Back front arm across your back leg. And pulse. Up. Pulse. Do it again for 4, 3, 2, and release. Knees into your chest. Wasn't that fun? Cross one leg over the other, doesn't matter which. Grab your knees or further down. Pull your knees into your chest. You should feel this behind your top leg, down into your booty. I know I'm going a couple minutes long. And release, change sides. One leg over the other. Grab your knees or further down. Pull your knees into your chest. Breathing in and out as this happens. Feel this behind your top leg. And release. Both feet on the floor. Front knee into your chest. Extend your leg up, only far enough to feel the stretch behind it. Back leg can stay where it is, or you can walk out into a bigger point of flexibility. Flex your front foot, bend the knee to the chest for 2. Send your heel up. Do it again. Flex, bend, drive it up. One more time. Flex, bend this time. Hold your leg up. Front arm anywhere on the inside of your front leg. Push the leg to the side just a little bit till you feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. Press your back hip into the floor. You want to keep a lot of flexibility on the inside muscle of the leg, because when you pull back, it is painful and a long time to recover. Bend your front knee to the center. Front arm towards knee. Back arm across your front knee. Take your knee away from your screen. Reach out with your front fingertips. Breathe all the way in and out. Come back to the center. Change sides. Back knee into the chest. Extend your leg up. Maybe your front leg stays where it is, or maybe it walks out. You decide. Flex your back foot. Bend the knee to the chest for 2. Send the heel up. Do it again. Flex and bend. For 2. Send the heel up. Do it again once more. Flex and bend this time. Hold your leg up. Back arm anywhere on the inside of your back leg. Push the leg to the side just far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. Front hip presses into the floor, shoulders down, and then bend your back knee to the center. Back arm reaches out to the side. Now your front arm goes across your bent knee. Take your knee towards knee, reaching out with your back fingertips. Did I mention you're breathing? You should be breathing all the time. And come back to the center. Both feet on the floor to finish. Flip yourself over. Arms and legs extend all the way out. And then your front arm reaches back. Grab where your shoelaces are. Maybe you bend your back elbow, make a fist to rest your head. Try to get your knee to point straight out from your hip on your bent leg. Push your hip to the floor as you breathe all the way in and all the way out. And release. Change sides. Back arm reaches around. Grab where your shoelaces are. Bend your front elbow if you like. Make a fist to rest your head. See if your knee is straight out from your hip. Press your hip to the floor. And then if you're ready, reach your back or your front arm back around. Grab both feet by the shoelaces. If you're not quite here, work on it. Grab your heels or your pants. Then press your feet into your hands. Lift your chest, open your shoulders. And release. Oh, it might start over. I hope not. I'm going to grab it and turn it off because I don't want to hear it. And release. Hands are at your sides. Press your chest up. Hips to your heels. Child's pose. Pressing your chest into your shoulders. And then just rotate your thumbs up towards the ceiling so your hands are on their sides. And then release palms to the floor. And then round your back up to a tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck your, what are these, toes? Round your back. Actively separate your shoulder blades. Push down into the floor to lift your tailbone off the floor. And then walk your feet in towards your hands. Hang in a forward fold. Lift your tailbone up. And then unroll, letting your head be the very last thing to come up. And at the top, this class is done, but I want to remind you guys, in case you didn't read the Instagram post carefully, Saturday is extra class because I missed Sunday. It's going to be bar-ish boot camp, but it's going to be at 11, not 10. 11 o'clock on Saturday, bar-ish boot camp, and then I'll start again on Sunday. All right, so you're so welcome, Edie. I'm glad you were able to jump on. Ari, I love that you spent your day off with me. Steve, Guy, thanks so much. I will see some of you in 5 minutes for after party.